Usually 24 hours after a snowstorm, roads are pretty well cleared. Well, that's not exactly the case this time, but not for a lack of effort.
Jamie Perez shares how the city of Madison is working to keep the streets safe by working through some frigid conditions. Jamie?
Well, many of you probably noticed that we do not have perfect roads after last night's snow event. A lot of frosted over roads throughout the area that could last well into next week, especially with those chilly temperatures that Gary just mentioned. But the city does have some plans to make driving on these roads just a little bit safer. If single-digit temperatures can't stop Peter Hansen from taking his daily walks,
I try to walk for an hour every day.
Icy roads and sidewalks won't stop him either.
I ran for 40 years outside, and I've never used earplugs or anything. I just like being out in the weather.
But when it comes to driving on these roads,
Different story, yeah.
a story that most people find themselves part of today.
The reason being was the cold temperatures. When it gets below 20 degrees, salt at the rate that the streets division applies it doesn't really work or begins to work really slow.
Johnson said city crews plowed through the night, but obviously with the dip in temperatures, a lot of it froze to the roads. He says a little bit of sun could help.
Even when cold temperatures, when the sun's beating on pavement, it'll warm up and we might get a little bit of melting there.
The city is working on sanding the roads over the next few days to make sure drivers have as much traction as possible. But there will be some slick spots, nevertheless.
Because the high winds could blow some of this snow around. As it kept snowing last night, when it gets colder, the snow got a little lighter. And so with these high winds we're going to see today, it's going to blow a lot of it around. So that could add to some of the travel complications today, but we're going to have crews out to put sand down to help with traction where possible.
Even with sand providing extra grip, Hansen's solution is to just walk.
Well, when you drive, you have to be much more careful. Cars slide more easily than I think people do with their shoes.
Until the weather heats up and the roads start to defrost, maybe we can take a page out of Hansen's story.
Yeah, I like spring and fall a lot better than winter or summer.
But the cold's not going to stop you from walking anyways.
Oh, no, definitely not.
All right, so the solution then is to just walk everywhere. Just kidding. Definitely not for everybody, but Brian Johnson with the City Streets Division just wants to put out a gentle reminder to people to make sure you steer clear of the snow plows as they're going to be working throughout the night just to make sure that they get to any spots that they may have missed overnight.
All right, Jamie, thank you very much.